We talked earlier about Patrick Mahomes, but there are other starting quarterbacks still on rookie contracts who can make a huge impact this season. Bill Barnwell took a close look at those, splitting quarterbacks into groups, had an interesting take on who could be the MVP. He has these quarterbacks as his Tier 2 quarterback candidates to win MVP. Notables include last year's most valuable player in Lamar Jackson, Rookie of the Year Kyler Murray, a future superstar Sam Darnold. I inserted that myself. And then the one that from this group that Barnwell thinks can win MVP is Deshaun Watson. So I'm torn because we all understand that, Sam Darnold is my guy. And I've renamed my children after him. But I also have been on the Deshaun Watson bandwagon since he got drafted. So Saturday, who you got for MVP this season from that list? You're looking at Deshaun or somebody else?
I'm going Lamar Jackson, and here's why. I think Deshaun and Lamar, to me, are neck and neck. I love both of them. I think when you trade away DeAndre Hopkins, you've asked him to win MVP with one arm tied behind his back. If you look at his wide receiver core, I think the only guy who caught 50 balls last year was Randall Cobb. So you're not talking about a ton of productivity, whether it be with Stills and Cooks. Not that they're not good receivers. They're not Hopkins. And when you let him walk out the door, you've asked Deshaun Watson to take more on himself, to do more. It's going to be a tall order as opposed to Lamar Jackson and what they're doing. But we just talked about it. They built their offense around him, specifically getting him what he needs. That's why I tip the hat to Lamar Jackson.
Booger?
I'm going to Deshaun Watson. I'm going to use the same theory that Jeff just stated against him. Yes, he doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins anymore. So therefore, when the Houston Texans win and they've won consistently, it's going to be because of Deshaun Watson and his spectacular plays. Lamar Jackson won the MVP last year, rushed for 1,000 yards and threw for over 3,000. He's going to have to be better than that this year and do something different in order to get votes to win the MVP again. And I just don't see that happen. Like the last back-to-back MVP in the last 20 years was Peyton Manning. I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to be over and above what he did last year, but I do think there is a yearning, especially after the playoff game, Houston and Buffalo, when you watch Deshaun Watson will his team to win that comeback victory. I think he is due for a breakout season. All the chips are stacked against him. No DeAndre Hopkins. I think Deshaun Watson is going to have an outstanding season, and Houston will be back in the playoffs again.
Graziano, extra points if you say Sam Darnold. Who do you believe is the likeliest from that group to win the award?
I'm leaving those extra points on the table. Sorry. Booger said everything I was going to say. I mean, I look at MVP voting, and I think about how people vote. I've been an MVP voter, albeit in a different sport when I covered baseball. But, Greeny, I asked you, when you covered Michael Jordan, he could have won more MVP awards than he did, right? Yeah. I mean, this was a guy that could have won it every year, but voters don't like to give it to the same guy all the time. And if Deshaun Watson, if the Houston Texans win the AFC South this year, people will be surprised. They will consider it a significant accomplishment. A lot of people are downgrading their chances because of that Hopkins trade. Watson is the best player on that list, and I think I would favor him out of all those players to win it this year if I had to pick one.
You know who's a sneaky, interesting pick? You're looking for a guy who could put up insane numbers, running with the football, throwing it, and just added that weapon that we're talking about, is Kyler Murray. I know it's a huge jump, but Lamar Jackson just did it in his second year. Patrick Mahomes did it in his second year. Not inconceivable to think that that team could be dramatically improved, and Kyler Murray could be a sneaky, interesting pick in his second year. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.